Hello everyone, it's Eric Marasco with the Espresso to Go Show and ericmarasco.com. This is
Robby Slaughter.
And we're here again today for our third show that we've done together. We're talking about business cards.
That's right. You know, we were just talking before the show about the promise of a business card. You know, imagine that we're at a networking event or we've interacted somewhere and I say, hey, can I have your business card?
Absolutely.
You know, what's the promise? If I get your card from you, what do you think is going to happen after that?
Well, a lot of things could happen. One, you could be spammed with numerous amounts of emails, text messages, anything else you could throw at somebody.
Well, hopefully you don't want that to happen.
Exactly.
Right? And so I think that's the first implication, is that there's a sense of trust. You know, I trust you enough to give my contact information and that you're going to use that respectfully.
Sure, absolutely.
And you know, I really can't put you on my mailing list or start spamming you just on the promise of a business card alone.
No, you can't.
Well, what about the times when I get your business card and nothing happens? Never happened to you? You give your card to somebody, they say, oh, thanks, and you never hear them again?
Well, it's interesting you say that, because sometimes I think people just start throwing their business cards around and you get them and you don't even know. I've been in a situation where I have a pile of business cards and I don't even remember why I have a certain person's card.
Yeah, and that's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, the story of the business card is they used to be called calling cards. And when you went to visit somebody, you would give your card to the person at the front of the house,
sure,
and they would send your card up to see if you were going to be received. And so it was kind of a way to indicate in advance, hey, I'm interested in talking to you. And so I think we need to go back to this old idea, not so much of it, I got to go to your house and have your butler pass your card to you, but to the idea that, hey, this indicates that I want to have an interaction with you and that I am going to go ahead and reach out to you.
Sure.
So if I do take your card, follow up on the promise to actually make that call or that email to follow up to get together.
I think, and it's really, it could be as simply as, I enjoyed meeting you at X event, it was nice seeing you again, I look forward to seeing other events. It doesn't have to be, if there wasn't a connection there, it doesn't have to be a long, involved process. It can be just a quick thank you.
Not at all. Something I do as well is I always ask people, if it's been a good interaction, you know, we have a newsletter, would you mind if I subscribe to it?
Newsletter, yeah.
Most people say, yeah, sure, no problem. And I always indicate, if you want to unsubscribe, I won't be offended.
Sure.
If it gets to be, you know, too much or you got too much email, no problem at all. But at least we've talked about it, rather than me assuming that you want to hear all my spam.
You know, it's funny from my aspect of things, since I'm in printing and design, is I look at a lot of cards sometimes at the design of the card.
Right.
And make sure when I look at it, you know, what does that person do later on, that I can make that connection again. Because when you meet people at networking events or you're a purchasing person, you meet a bunch of people come to your office, what's on there that makes you memorable?
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so really your card is probably the only physical thing that someone's going to carry with you after they leave you at a networking event, because you're not bringing anything else there, just your card. And so you want to make sure that when you give that card, you plan to follow up on that opportunity to interact with them, at least to say thank you for meeting them, and possibly to set something else in the future. You
know, I think today's day and age with digital aspects of things, with iPhones and everything else, is that you want to give someone your card and you want them to take that card and put that into their system.
That's right.
Their personal system, so it's on their phone, it's with them, and not just some pile in the corner where it may never come back up. So.
Absolutely. Well, I do think business cards represent a real promise, and we can use them more effectively and more intelligently.
Until next time, this is Robby Slaughter, Eric Marasco, the Espresso to Go Show, and we're going to have a macchiato next. On the next show, I'll have to tell us if you liked it or not.
Okay, well.
Till next time, make it a great one.